Episode 1 established the truth. The land was not discovered. So today we answer the next question. History often avoids. Why did Europeans come, and how did taking land become legal? Because this was not accidental. It was built. By the late 1400s, much of Europe was defined by hierarchy. Land was controlled by monarchs, nobles, and the church. Most people worked land they did not own. They paid rent, taxes, and tithes, and inherited nothing. Across Europe, populations were dealing with war, famine, disease, and displacement. Opportunities to own land were shrinking. In England, enclosure was already underway, common land fenced off, villages dismantled, families pushed into poverty. So when European powers looked west, this was not curiosity. It was a solution. Land meant survival. Land meant status. Land meant inheritance. Europe did not justify land seizure with force alone. It used doctrine. In 1452, the Catholic Church issued Dum Diversas, authorizing Christian rulers to conquer and subjugate non-Christians. In 1493, Inter Caetera followed, supporting Spain's claim to lands in the Americas after Columbus's voyage. These papal decrees became the foundation of what is known as the doctrine of discovery. Its logic was simple. If land was not ruled by Christians, it could be claimed. Indigenous sovereignty did not legally exist. Conversion and civilization became legal justification. Theology became policy. Policy became law. European expansion was not just royal ambition, it was corporate. Charters granted companies the power to claim territory, govern settlements, extract resources, and enforce rules. Land was surveyed, mapped, divided, recorded, survey chains, boundary markers, ledgers. Once land is documented, it becomes transferable. Transferable land becomes inheritable. Inheritable land creates generational wealth. This is how ownership solidifies. Not all Europeans arrived as elites. Many were indentured servants trading years of labor for passage, religious dissenters seeking autonomy. Poor families promised opportunity, merchants, soldiers, and administrators sent to run colonies. They were not equal, but European legal status gave them pathways others did not have. Even the poorest European could access land systems barred to indigenous and African people. Land does not generate wealth without labor. Colonies needed bodies to clear land, farm crops, build towns, and maintain infrastructure. African people were forcibly transported and legally transformed into property, not temporary labor, not contract, permanent, inheritable bondage. When human beings are property, their labor becomes wealth for someone else. That wealth purchases land, and land secures power. This is the feedback loop. Europe did not improvise. It arrived with religious justification, legal doctrine, charters and investors, administration and enforcement. Land became available only after systems were built to take it. Next, we move from justification to action. Removal becomes policy. Treaties forced displacement and laws that manufactured available land. Because land does not open up on its own. It opens after someone is pushed out.